Hello y'all. Today is still Monday, December 27th, 2021 at 11:03 p.m. at night. So it's still Monday night. So I know my stance and where I am, you know, with my Christian beliefs and also as a targeted individual. So I felt like I didn't want to be depriving myself of certain colors and stuff like that. So I figured, let me have my freedom and liberty to wear a red shirt. But no perping nobody. I see other targeted individuals, they wear red in their videos and sometimes being perped. But my issue is when you use the color red I'm not against the color red. I'm not against red cars, white cars, any other car. But it's not about colors, but it's just the tactics, the gang stalking tactics that they use to bother me or any other target. So I have two red pails over there from Firehouse Subs, and I need them for I felt like, they're cheap, only $3. So some people say it's good for you know to have some 5 gallon buckets for, and I don't even know if they're 5 gallons though, but those are those pickle buckets. So let me turn the light off. So I just got out the shower and washed my hair, did like a thorough tooth, like brushing my teeth and flossing and everything, but I don't want to go get off topic at the moment. So the thing is, more than just red can be used for gang stalking purposes, but I know in my conscience and my actions and experiences that I'm not getting paid to wear this red shirt, and I'm not gang stalking anybody, or I'm not trying to use any tactic or trying to trigger anybody with my red shirt. But I want to be able to exercise to wear whatever color I want to, just living my life. And so the narcissistic gang stalkers will try to make like, well, Candy gets gift cards too, or Candy's wearing red too, and so therefore she's not a real target, or that's proof that she's a perp too, and just to turn more people against me, or away from me and stuff like that. It's like they don't want you to have anything. So they want to talk about me being narcissistic gang stalkers. They talk about that I'm jealous of everybody. I want what everyone has. I'm covetous. I'm greedy. You know, that I'm always worrying about what other people are doing and stuff like that. But they're projecting their dirty deeds onto me. So it's like it's okay for you to hypocritically have a decent home where you got home security. You don't have to bounce around from the different hotels and motels in the streets with the risk of being locked up in a mental institution or jail just for trying to survive. You don't have to worry about that. You are secure. You're financially secure. You got secure transportation, food, secure, happy family, everything like that. But y'all narcissistic gang stalkers who say that Candy is jealous of everybody, Candy wants what everybody has, or Candy's a hypocrite for wearing red. But people on the street can't wear red, but she can. Well, y'all can have a decent job, but I can't. Because if I had a decent job and no mobbing, or no bullying, I could be working, or y'all don't have to worry about being blacklisted. Y'all have gained the world and lost your souls, and y'all made that choice. So, I've had offers to me, and I turned them all down. I'm not going to trust somebody who has recently hurt me and admit at the same time while you're trying to make this offer, you're trying to get me to denounce Jesus Christ. Trying to get me to denounce and renounce Jesus Christ. I see a lot of Christians wear red too, but it's like more like when I know that you're perping me with that color, then I get triggered. But I'm not going to get triggered just because you're wearing red. You know, so the perps, it was super earlier this year, or sometime last year or this year, the perps try to make it like as if I'm a hypocrite because I was wearing a red hoodie, a red Nike hoodie that was given to me. So it's like, wow, I made a conscious decision to avoid wearing anything with the color red for almost the whole year. So the online perps even try to make mockery saying, well, why does Candy eat red stuff like ketchup, or Jesus's blood is red but Candy's Jesus's money, which is green and stuff, and just trying to, make all kinds of mockery and making fun and stuff. But this video is not directed at anybody. I don't want any other targets to feel triggered. I mean, because within the past week, I saw a video of, I'm pretty sure more than one video of targets wearing red. But was more like one of the first shirts that I grabbed out of my bag. So I just want to say, don't think that because I'm wearing red that I'm trying to trigger or perp anybody, because I'm not. I'm about to go to bed, and because other targets have done the same thing. Look at you wearing red. Like, they call the perps out on wearing red and perping with the red. Or you get swarmed with a whole bunch of red cars. So they try to make it like as if, well, if we can't wear red, then you can't either. Well, guess what? I mean, I bring up all the time. Y'all narcissistic gang stalkers don't want me with a car. You don't want me driving. You don't want me with no money. You don't want me with a job. And y'all have a secure place to live, and y'all call me a scammer for wanting to, for trying to. Hold up, y'all, because I want to make sure y'all hear me. Y'all call me. Hold up. Y'all call me a scammer. For asking for hotel or motel room money just to stay out of a tornado or a hurricane or something like that. So, I can't stay out of a tornado. And y'all flip out about that. An $8 pancake and sausage breakfast. Y'all flip out about that. Like, everything y'all know about me, y'all got something to flip out about. You don't want me to succeed at making any money off my ebooks. I mean, you deliberately and on purpose try to make false bad reviews on all my ebooks on purpose, and they make sure they formulate the words that all that is needed is one person to say something bad, and then it's like only one person got to say something bad, and they say that in a way that's convincing enough that nobody will want to buy it. So you can make a living, but I can't. How come gang stalkers have a right to eat and to feed their families, but targeted individuals don't? But it's okay for y'all to have a narcissistic, self-professed, invisible license to be a hypocrite. But y'all can be a hypocrite, but we can't. It's your purpose behind, wearing red. I saw a video probably a year or two ago, and a targeted individual flipped out that another targeted individual was wearing red in their video. But if y'all both targeted, you made the decision to click on that video. Nobody made you do it, but you made that decision to click on that video, and then you're watching the video and you see the other target wearing red, and they say, well, you perping me directly. They make it like as if you perping me directly because you're wearing red in your video. So I mean, and then next thing you know, or they might say something like, if two real targets can have similar experiences, one target might accuse another target of perping them because they had the same both of them talked about having the same bad experience on the same day. So if targets can't trust each other or don't trust each other, or they get easily jealous of each other or try to control each other, other targets don't, some targets don't want to see other targets, to eat a nice meal for once, or to get a gift card, or that's $10, not that much, or to have somebody pay, a homeless target to have somebody pay for their food, or if another target gets a job or something good, then they automatically assume, well, you turned into a perp because you got this good and I'm still struggling. But it's like a target, some targets get jealous of each other and even don't want to see other targets to have something good. Like, I mean, I've had numerous, whether real or fake TIs, I've had them both, make it like as if that, they don't want me with the car, or they don't want me driving. And, even as I said, even certain professed targets, I have had to cut them off throughout, since, within the past couple of years, because they start to, act narcissistic, bossy, and controlling, or sometimes turn around and act like a perp. And it's like, well, why would you turn around? And when I say perp, they would do something that on purpose to make you mad, or say something on purpose to make you mad and get underneath your skin. And that's what, and then it's like, if you a real target and the other person is a real target, and then y'all get into an argument, and then you call them out, and then they act like as if they perp you as a form of punishment or revenge, to make it like as if they're gonna teach you a lesson or try to show you how it feels. If you suspected that they did perp you, if you suspect that, but laughing at another target suffering, that's perp activity right there. If you financially well off, and if you might be a so-called financially well off target, and you laugh at a homeless perp freezing in the cold and rain, and making like as if they deserve it, and then you tell them, well, hey, that bothered me, and then they be like, well, I can't tell you nothing. I gotta walk on eggshells for you. People can't tell you nothing. Why? Does everything offend you? But so people with narcissistic personalities, they'll deliberately say something hurtful or offensive, and then try to make like, wow, does everything offend you? Oh, does or they'll make it like, does the wind blowing offend you? Or something like that. But yeah, I'm waiting on an answer for why it's okay for everybody else to get to drive and have a car, and why it's okay for them to have a happy, decent family. I'm not allowed to get married or have kids, and not allowed to go to the beach, which is just about more like around the corner. And well, not really around the corner, but it's very close by, 3-minute drive, and I still have not gotten to go to the beach since September 26th. It was the last time I got to go to the beach. And within this past week, especially over the weekend, it's been sunny, more like sunny and warm, and due to the targeting and depression and sleep deprivation is why I stayed here and did not leave the my motel room, except to go walk outside and get ice, or went next door and ate last night, because I was busy doing something for a long time, and I didn't even get to eat lunch, but I just wanted to eat something just real quick. But I'm just sick and tired of people trying to dictate my life and control me, and they think I'm weird for not wanting to be told what to do or bossed around, and they think I'm even more weird for not wanting anybody that's young enough to be my child and telling me what to do. Order me around, telling me what to do, and disrespect me. If I'm 38 years old, I don't need a 19-year-old addressing me as girl. That's disrespectful. But then they think they can talk to you, and they not only disrespect me, but they think they're bossy and controlling, and think they got high authority over me, and think they got more common sense than me, and they got their nose turned up in the air. So earlier tonight, I went, and probably the walk out this door was probably 20 steps, and just to get ice, very close. And right after I walked inside and I left, I sometimes leave the front door open because of the gnats, and I'm spraying to try to get rid of the extra gnats. Um, I have my my gnat traps and stuff, but they only take so much. But I try to spray the extra gnats, and I left the door open to try to prepare my supplement while I'm was about to eat dinner. And tell me why three vehicles. One of them was like a blue kind of light baby blue Volkswagen SUV, and I forgot what the second vehicle was. And then the third vehicle was like, I don't know if it was a silver or tan colored car, and the windows were rolled down, and it was three perps in a row, like a three vehicle train, kind of like with three vehicles in a train fashion, all left like passed by my room at the same time. And then the first car, they just sat there. All three of them, they just sat there for almost a good 5 minutes. And I yelled. I walked out of the door and I yelled, "Gang stalkers!" And then the black, it was two. I mean, and it was families in each car. Nobody. I don't think anybody was in the car by themselves. But it was two white families, the first two cars, and then the third car was a black family or whatever. And the black guy in the third car, he was like, "What you say to me? What did you say to me?" I said, "Get the fuck out of here, gang stalker!" Because I yelled, "Gang stalker!" And then no less than, I mean, I meant to say, no longer than 2 minutes later, there was somebody who pulled up in a white car, and she checked into this remodeled room right next door. But earlier, I mean, this was like maybe 3 or 4 hours ago, maybe about almost 3 hours ago. But everything's all quiet right now. But I mean, her TV bothered me a little bit, but it wasn't blasting super loud, but it bothered me a little bit. But she must be asleep right now, and let me see something. Yeah, her car is still here. The ground outside looks like it's wet. I don't know if it rained or is it raining. Wait a minute. It looks like it's raining or rained outside. It's raining. I think it's raining outside. Yeah. So it's raining outside and it's been warm. So it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all week this week. And then Sunday and Monday, it's supposed to be like 34, 35 degrees on Monday, like Sunday and Monday night. It's supposed to be like 30, like the lows of 34 and 35 degrees at night. I mean, so I'm thankful to be secured until the 7th. But if I get my Social Security check on the 3rd or another job opportunity, then I can pay my own way. Well, if I get the Social Security check and no job, I can only have enough money to pay for one more week to the 14th. But if no job or no Social Security check by then after the 7th, I have to be back on the streets. But I mean, I wish I did get to have it special like that. That if I can, when I had a blog, everybody was ignoring my blog, and then I got tired of the harassment, so I couldn't really post anything on there. And it was very evil that I found out that Starbricker, the gang stalker, she admitted that I knew it was her, but she admitted that she was the one who went and showed my twin sister my YouTube videos, and that's how my twin sister found out about my YouTube channel. And they got my twin sister had been perping me though, but it's like she got my twin sister on board with gang stalking me online and trying to discredit me and stuff like that. And my twin sister has used the color red to perp me in her videos, and also throwing up those hand signs, those satanic hand signs and everything. And so they always, whenever I expose the truth about the online perps, they always have some kind of comeback to try to smear even more and try to discredit me telling the truth. So one time I had put my hand over the logo of my shirt because I didn't want nobody to find out where I work at or the temp service that I work for or anything like that at the time, trying to keep and save my job and trying to better myself. And so that is I didn't want anybody to see the name or the logo of my shirt, and I was covering it. But they try to make like, yeah, Candy having her hand on her chest like that. Yeah, she don't know she's doing a Masonic hand sign too. No, I wasn't trying to do that. But I was just trying to cover the logo and the name of the temp service. Trying to cover that so that the perps won't see it and then call up my job or the temp service and tell them all, and then me be re-traumatized like the Sky Zone thing all over again. And they keep on repeatedly throwing the Sky Zone thing. They keep repeatedly throwing that in my face. The perps won't let me rest about the Sky Zone. They keep throwing that in my face. And me being beat up by the demon-possessed fake Jehovah's Witness perp Mary, they won't, when I got beat up in September of 2020, they basically throw that in my face all the time too. So, and when I got wrongfully fired and banned from Sky Zone, I didn't even get to participate in Pi Day. PI, usually on Pi Day, you can get pizza for $3.14, and I was so distracted and upset and going through everything that it didn't even cross my mind to even try to go into a local pizza business and buy a slice of pizza for $3.14. I didn't even get to do that this year. But I miss, they don't have that out here, but I miss places like Pizza Studio and Blaze Pizza. But at Pizza Studio in Los Angeles, they used to treat me pretty good. But whenever I went to Blaze Pizza in Los Angeles or New Orleans, they always perked me at Blaze Pizza for whatever reason. And so, I always got abusive, rude perps at Blaze Pizza, but I like the flavor of the food. I like to eat there and stuff, but they always treated me like a nuisance, or made it like, and their excuses, oh, we're too busy. Why they always was very abusive and mean at Blaze Pizza. But Pizza Studio in Los Angeles, they treated me with more respect. But Blaze Pizza has better tasting pizza though. So what happened was, last night I went to bed angry about something. Can't really talk about it. I went to bed angry about something, and then didn't really get to fall asleep until like after 3:45 in the morning. And then it was about 6:23, about 6:30 in the morning. I was awakened to a loud truck. That's the video where I said turn your speakers all the way up. I was awakened to a loud truck, and then so basically I got more or less about approximately 2.5 hours of sleep. More or less, I don't remember, probably less than that. And then got no sleep at all throughout the morning. And then it was, I guess, after 11:45, I went to sleep and I guess took a nap, and then woke up and it was just before 2 o'clock. And then I feel a little bit better emotionally, but I woke up this morning still mad about last night. You know, and it's like, I don't know why people feel the need to try to order people around and tell them what to do and dictate other people's lives. And it's like the people with narcissistic personalities, the more you want something, the more they think they can tell you that you can't have it. And then they'll try to guilt trip you and try to make it like you're sinning, or that you committed crimes against humanity, or that you commit blasphemy against the Holy Spirit for desiring something that you want. And they make you feel ashamed for trying to do what makes you, for even expressing that you wish for this or wish for that would make you happy. And so they want to falsely accuse you of being materialistic and money hungry and clout chasing and wanting popularity and fame and everything. But they have what they can, like, I see that on YouTube a lot, about how popular fake YouTubers, who have sold out and they got over 100,000 subscribers. And you have over 100,000 subscribers, and you be throwing up those hand signs and worshiping the devil, and you got your clout. You got your Cash App and Cash App, Vimeo. No, I'm sorry, what's that called? Venmo, Cash App, Patreon. You got it all listed, everything. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, your own blog, YouTube channel, and and all you do is gossip about celebrities all day. And you get like a whole bunch of freaking, likes and comments and subscribers, and nobody questions you. And then you'll be like, hit that like button, smash that like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to all your social media, to stuff that's not even valuable or important. But here people are trying to get the truth out, and it gets suppressed or thrown out or censored. And so it's like, I look at how some people can put up a GoFundMe just for gender, gender change. And then they try to make it like the person writing in their GoFundMe description for their I mean, they make it like as if their gender change is a life-threatening emergency operation that's needed as soon as possible, and they get a lot of support, and so when that Darrell E. Brooks Jr. guy, that was predicted in the I think it was South Park, predicted that dancing grannies and somebody in a red vehicle plowing through children and stuff. That was predictive programming in South Park. So somebody else put up a GoFundMe for Darrell E. Brooks. And that GoFundMe got taken down because somebody said that was a scam, that they were trying to bail him out of jail for trying to do that. Somebody put up a GoFundMe to have Darrell E. Brooks bailed out of jail, for that situation. They said that whole thing was a psyop. But in that same article, I remember reading that it's extremely rare for somebody to actually commit fraud with the GoFundMe, and that that it's extremely rare, and that most people usually honestly spend the money on what they say they do. And they also said that basically you can put up a fundraiser or GoFundMe or whatever for whatever you want to. But then I've seen it only happens with us black people. Only us black people, that if a black person put up a GoFundMe, not every black person, but I mean, I've only seen it happen a few times, but not that many. But I've had it happen to myself and couple of others, that black people that you get falsely accused of being a scammer and a fraud for trying to put up a GoFundMe and trying to get help and stuff like that. Now, they had this black male, able-bodied guy in his early 20s. He was homeless on the streets, put up a GoFundMe, and he got over $120,000 within less than 1 day. And I don't even remember what his goal was. And so, but he was able to meet his quota. And so, it's like, well, why can't, I don't think, people would need a whole $120,000 just to get out of homelessness. But, I mean, but it's like that guy, he was able-bodied and stuff like that, and I guess the key word was him saying he wanted his goal was he wanted to go into the military. I guess that was the magic word. But I've seen people using the COVID thing to like if somebody said that, oh, this person just tested positive for COVID, and then they put up a GoFundMe and get like raking like a shitload of donations just because they put up a GoFundMe and said that they tested positive for COVID. I've seen that too. But it's like targeted individuals. I look at other targeted individuals on GoFundMe, and they get little to nothing. But the popular fakes, they get to meet their damn goal, exceed their damn goals like overnight. So but they got some targets who put up a GoFundMe and still got it up, and maybe around 2018 or 19, and still got like not much or nothing. And it's like, well, wow. I mean, I feel like if I were to get to have enough money to exceed, like me staying here and having that job at the schools, I was me having a job at the schools, And remember I told y'all I had, I just had enough money, just enough to get to stay here. And not, if it weren't for Social Security, I wouldn't have much, really nothing for groceries or food or nothing. But, you know, some of the Social Security money would be used for food and transportation. And I was pretty much financially struggling and nearly broke, but I was getting paid daily and getting paid 83.70 4 days a week, and then the next on Wednesdays it would be 44.32. And but I miss getting paid every day, but it sucked to get paid under $100 a day. So it's like I'm looking for something else, like another job opportunity. But if people think something's wrong with you or something is weird with you because you can't stay stabilized because you're a targeted individual and being run out from everywhere, and you're not allowed to settle anywhere. And then people narcissistic abusers have told me that if you bounce around from time to time, people are going to think you're mentally unstable and you need to learn how to stay in one place. But at the same time, gang stalkers run me out of everywhere. I believe that Mr. John was planted there to run me off the damn job. And him and Miss Brenda and all of them, they succeeded. They succeeded. And then me having really nobody in my corner, and I gotta see it. I gotta see their point of view, or I gotta learn how to understand why they're mad, why they're mad. But people don't. I mean, but I don't have a justification for getting angry. People don't see my point of view of why I would get angry. My anger wasn't justified. Theirs was justified because they worked there, and my life doesn't matter, or my work ethic, nothing matters, because if they wanted to praise me for being such a good worker and stuff, but then I'm not that important because I'm a temp. Like, so, it's like people nowadays think that corruption is logical and rational. They think it's the way things are supposed to be. So I guess ever since, not this Thursday, but the Thursday before, I haven't heard shit from the temp service. And so well, it ain't quite Tuesday yet, but it's almost Tuesday. But I haven't heard much, really anything from the temp service. So I don't even know if they fired me behind my back and didn't tell me, or I don't know what's going on, or if I'm still employed by them, or if I'm not employed by them any longer. But they made it like as if when I quit, they made it like as if they supported my decision or whatever. But they try to make like, oh, don't walk off the job. I didn't walk off the job because I did tell Miss Pam, or I told Mr. Verdi, I told whoever, but they try to make it like, oh, don't just walk off the job. I didn't just walk off the job. I did tell someone. I had to tell Miss Pam to have her clock me out. So, I'm sorry I just keep bringing that up or whatever, but I mean, I even foresaw it coming, even when I was working at Seville Quarter, that with the workplace mobbing, I just knew I wasn't going to be there for much longer, be able to be there for much longer. But I'm glad I don't work there no more, because I hated that job. And working at the schools, I hated that. I hated doing that too. And and as I said, I felt like this ain't really healthy for me, because I feel like it's made my OCD worse. But if I mean, for me to stay here, I don't have to worry about performing that much OCD. Really none. But I don't think it should be killing gnats. I don't like killing gnats. I don't think that should be considered OCD. But I would have no use for to try to clean and sanitize. The gnats getting all over everywhere. So I'm still too exhausted and too tired and exhausted. And like too tired and too exhausted, like tired and exhausted enough that I would have to take the job opportunity. I would just pray that I get to sleep tonight and hope that that I won't be sleep deprived. So I mean, they had this perp. I had like maybe one perp comment today, and I had to block that person. But it's like the gang stalkers, they make it like as if we targeted individuals are narcissistic. They try to be like, oh, what's so special about you that you think people need to follow and stalk you, and why you? So they try to make it like, why you? Why do people need to stalk and follow and harass you? You're not that important. They try to gaslight you because you know you being a targeted individual. It's like I'm only considered important for money, but they and one person tried to say, well, gang stalkers make over $250,000 a year behind you. You're too valuable for them to kill you, so they're not gonna kill you. They're just trying to get underneath your skin. Well, why did they kill your brother then? You said that the gang stalkers killed your brother. So if they kill your brother, what make you think they ain't gonna kill me? Other targets have been murdered. Phil Leak. He's the first that come to mind. I mean, and quite a few others, and so let's see, Phil Leak. I recently heard Andrea Holloman, Wayne Daniels, who else? The transgender Lisa T.I. And they have some other people who I can't even think of their names right now. But I remember I got into an altercation with Wayne Daniels back in 2019. And I thought he was one of the popular fakes. Me and him had an altercation. And, well, he told me that I needed to be locked up in a mental institution and told me all kinds of harsh stuff. At the time, he was still alive at that time. And he had, well, I don't want to say his email, but he had occultic numbers in his email. And so, because it's like he was saying that he had a copy of the community policing handbook. And so he said he had a copy of the community policing handbook. And so then people asked for it, and then he said, well, email me. And so I emailed him, and so then he said, and it seemed like it was coded numbers with the time too, occultic numbers of the time. And so so then he lied and said that, oh, I sent you the he said I sent you the donation. I mean, he said I sent you the community policing handbook. So do you have a donation you can send me? And I said, well, I'm on the streets and struggling myself, you know. And then he was trying to make it like as if I wasn't going to get a copy of that community policing handbook until I handed over some money. But money that I didn't really have because I was on the streets and he was on the streets too. And so then I did a video and saying Wayne Daniels is a fake TI scammer because, I felt betrayed about, like, and I felt confused about why he did that. And other targets said he did that to them too. And so then me and him had a big YouTube feud, and that was the reason why that was really when people started thumbing down all my videos. And a lot of the so-called targeted individuals had avoided me, and he falsely convinced everybody to believe that I'm a perp. And so I did a video. I mean, we were feuding back and forth with videos and stuff. And he was trying to gaslight me and make me out to be mentally ill and crazy and stuff like that. and so then and he in the video he said, and you got no real evidence but just talk. And so then later on that night, that was happened to be my last day working, and I was forced to quit because of the workplace mobbing with the ABM company working on Pensacola State College campus. And so they were gang stalking me every night, and I was putting up my evidence, and whenever I would go out and try to film a gang stalker, they would hurry up and, like, I would be busy doing my work, and then they come pass by and just sit there with a white SUV in one head, like, come on, bastards. It would be like a white SUV in one head, like, and then trying to distract me from what I'm trying to say. Noise and lighting harassment. and so and so when I would look, another one trying to distract me on purpose from what I'm trying to say. Look at this. So it would be like, a white SUV with one headlight while I'm working, and then I go hurry up and go run back in the auditorium, and then come back with my phone with the intent to try to film them, and then they hurry up and drove off. Because I would be charging my phone while I'm working and cleaning up the auditorium and the bathrooms at that school. And I dealt with workplace mobbing over there at that school. Look, another one. They're doing this on purpose. This is ridiculous. So, I hope that them brightening their lights into my window doesn't mean that more storage space on my phone is going to be used up. But anyway, so I don't think it was that same day. Here's a car after car after car. I don't think it was that same day that me and him had that feud. It could have been a week or two after. But I remember, it's like finally after I got approved for that special transportation, that's $2.50. After I got approved for the transportation, there was a gang stalker who followed me home that night. I'm sorry, not home. Followed me to my homeless sleep spot that night. And when I showed the evidence of that, and I did a video and said, well, I don't have no real evidence. And then I got a whole bunch of thumbs down with that. And when I did a video talking about the workplace mobbing, come on, man. when I did a video talking about the workplace mobbing, and it was before my feud with Wayne Daniels. I did a video talking about the workplace mobbing, and I got a whole bunch of thumbs down, and I'm like, what for? And that was the first video when I talked about the workplace mobbing experiences at Pensacola State College with the ABM company. Um, I that video was the very first video that I got massive thumbs down on. And then for some reason on that account, that was my first Psych World channel. This was like 2 years ago. In my first Psych World channel, the gang stalkers would not let me go over 120 subscribers. And it kept on going at 122. And then would not let me go higher. And every time another person tried to subscribe, it would unsubscribe that person or whatever, and just keeping me at 122 or whatever. And so then but so when Wayne Daniels, when he died, I was like, well, I guess he was a real targeted individual then, because I thought he was one of the popular fakes. But it took me a little while to shake and get over the bitterness of what happened, and for me to for me to forgive him, for what I went through with him and stuff like that, but other females and other targets said that they said that he other females and other targets said that he did the same thing to them, and said, well, Wayne Daniels is disrespectful to women, and Wayne Daniels likes to live off of women and stuff, and that he takes that money and go spend it on cigarettes and alcohol and spend it on this or that, whatever, but people act like as if they were tiptoeing around and just scared to speak out, but I got devoured, and ganged up on for speaking out about what happened, So, but I'm not angry or bitter towards him no more. And so it's like because after if I get into to it with somebody, I still I try to avoid them and stay away from them. So I didn't know until after I think I found out on Twitter. I found out somebody said he died and stuff like that. And so Andrea Holloman on Quora, I thought she was one of the popular fakes, because one time I got mad at her for defending one of my perps against me and saying that they were giving me good advice and stuff, the narcissistic perps. So I got mad at her, and everybody else, it felt like as if they all defended the doggone perps. But then I thought she was one of the popular fakes. But then, she didn't take her own advice, because she couldn't ignore the perps either. But then it was a little while after, I found out she died too. And so, but it's like, I heard certain targeted individuals make the idea, they want to say that certain targeted individuals are mind controlled against each other, or they hit you with dual weapons to make you not trust or not get along with another target and stuff like that. But I'm not mad at them no more. But I was mad at Wayne Daniels for for pretty much for a long time. And it was that situation that when I did start showing proof of my targeting, everybody started to give me a whole bunch of thumbs down and try to get my channel taken down and everything like that. And I apologize. I'm not trying to badmouth or offend anybody in this video. All I'm doing is just telling, experiences. And so they had other targets who would be struggling or homeless and can't get a job nowhere, and having you know, GoFundMe, PayPal, bouncing around from motel to hotel or whatever, and can't stay in the same place. And it's like there's a lot of us going through this. Oh, asshole. See, more harassment, gang stalking right there. That is noise harassment. Bingo. Why once they pass by me they stop? They want it to be heard. So all this gang stalking and harassment while I'm trying to do this video. Like interruptions and distractions. And so, the same people who say, well, you ain't got no enough proof or evidence of your targeting and you just trying to scam people. But those are the same popular fake TI perps who, they say, oh, you don't have really any concrete evidence of your targeting. When I would show my targeting every day with those gang stalking perp walks, that's exposing my targeting while I'm going out in public. And it helps me feel safer. So with the and then they want to say that I'm a fake target, but then it's like, how can you say that I'm a fake target, but you're one of the popular fakes? It could be anybody. If you say I'm a fake target and don't have really any proof of my targeting, or that I'm not a credible source of exposing gang stalking. But then you say just expose the program in general and don't tell about your personal experiences. And they'll say that you don't have proof about the gang stalking, and then they turn around and call you mentally ill. It's like the fake TI perps or TI term perps, it's like they play both sides. And people I saw this video, a person with the name Waterfalls or something like that, and she's supposedly a targeted individual. And she said basically, why are you accepting deals to sell out and become a perp? Even some targets who flipped and became perps, they even get killed. But another target explained to me personally that basically don't take no deals, don't sell out, because they want to corrupt you and then kill you so that you can end up going to hell. So and so some TI turned perps, some of them I heard had I guess if they disobey or don't comply, then they end up getting straight killed. But they have some genuine targets who never sold out or became a perp, and they still get killed too. So I don't understand the point. Maybe some people, some targets they might be naive with the idea that if because I've had it happen to me with the gang stalkers try to lie to me and say that, well, if you become a perp, if you flip and join us or whatever, then, and I couldn't believe that y'all want me. Why? I thought I didn't have no common sense. But, I would, and the perps so badly don't want me to work for my own house, car, or even just an apartment or a place to live, a permanent place to live in a car or whatever. They don't want me to work on my own. They try to make it like as if the only way I'm allowed to have a car, house, clothes, food, or the only way I'm allowed to eat nice is I have to join them. And then I can have all the 5-star meals that I want. And I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to basically survive independently day to day. And it's like I only, I would never want to choose to willfully be on the streets just for attention or nothing like that, or to try to get people to feel sorry for me, like the perps are trying to making it out. Who the hell wants to deliberately put themselves in dangerous weather just to get society to pity them? But that's what the regular perps, that's what their smear campaign on purpose to try to make it like nobody should want to help me. So the targets who I've had issues with and they're now deceased, I forgive them. I'm not mad at them.